stage, right, we have a whole scrum of previously consumed, that's right, poured down my neck, Bourbon County Brand products. That's right, stouts and barley wines. And from whom are they? And this new beer? That's right, it's from Goose Island Beer Company out of Chicago, Illinois, US of A. Yay, yay. And what product do we have from them? We have their Bourbon County Brand Barleywine. This is 2016 vintage. I've been reviewing this beer since 2012, 2013, something like that, if memory serves. This is an English barley wine. It's rotating serving. Clocks in this year at 13.6% ABV. It's been 12.1, 11.7, 12.5, all over the map over the years. It started life out also as King Henry barley wine, but it's still 60 IBUs. Now, this year they've changed the recipe up a little bit. Previously, the malt bill for this was pale, crystal, caramel, dark chocolate, and that was it. Now, this year's malt bill is two-row, black, caramel, chocolate, pale, and roasted barley. Before, the hops used to be Pilgrim and Styrian. Now it's Millennium hop, so I'm wondering if that recipe change, along with the fact now instead of using third-use bourbon barrels, they used to put this in barrels that previously held Bourbon County Brand Stout to age it. Now they have put it into like second use or just emptied Kentucky bourbon barrels, and I suspect part of that is because of the infection issue. They're worried about cross-contamination, even though this, like the Bourbon County Brand Stout, has been flash pasteurized. So you know what? This is going to be my, I guess, New Year's beer. We're going to crack the top on this bad boy, get in my lovely Bourbon County Brand Stout or Bourbon County Brand Snifter, and tell you what's up with the 2016 vintage of the Bourbon County Brand Barleywine. Hell yes. Ooh, let's see here. Boom, big hiss off the top. Tons of candle smoke and bourbon, blasting off the top of this one. Hell yes. Now I'm wondering if, since this is fresh bourbon barrels this time, not second use, and the fact that this is a 13.6%er, if this is going to be hot this year. We'll see. See if we can get a little head coax out of that. Probably not, but oh well. So we also have our Obsessively collectible crown. There we go, some heads building. Let's see what's up with the appearance. Not as though you can't see it. It is a really, really super dark red. I can see ruby glints coming through it, though I can't see any image through the beer body itself. We have a half finger head. That was about a 3/4 finger head. When you swirl it, there are tons and tons of freaking alcohol curtains running down the inside of this glass. Lovely, lovely glass lacing, I think, may form in this, but though with these barrel-aged beers from Goose Island, sometimes the head goes away just to a ring, and you don't get glass lacing, whatever, as long as it tastes awesome. And the bubbles that are there are super tightly packed, khaki colored, but take a look at that in its own proper snifter, a lovely thing to behold. You know what, it's got to smell good too, so let's see what's up with the aroma. Woo! Big, big bourbon up in the grill. Dark fruits, cherries and raisins, currants, a bit of chocolate in there, tons and tons of vanilla, but the bourbon is big and present this year. Burnt brown sugar, caramel, a bit of tobacco, char, a little bit of leather. That tobacco note, as it grows, like pipe tobacco, almost like flavored pipe tobacco, that note is growing. But the bourbon is large and in charge. Wow. Smells freaking delicious. I like bourbon, so that's a smell I like, definitely. So, time to dive in. Let's start another year drinking. Cheers! Yeah. Wow. Man. Right up front, I was worried this would be too boozy. It's not. Now, some people will drink this and say, wow, this is freaking boozy as hell, because maybe you're not a liquor drinker, or a neat liquor drinker especially. I'm getting warmy in the chest, but I don't really get an alcohol burn in my throat or in the taste. Nice full mouth feel to it, creamy, chewy, slick, almost like oily and coating on the inside of your mouth. Right up in front, you're greeted with that bourbon. After that, vanilla, dark fruits, like dipped chocolate covered cherry kind of thing, like the liquor that's on the inside of the chocolate covered cherries. After that, you get some of that barrel char, some coffee notes, definitely burnt brown sugar, caramel and toffee, a little bit of that tobacco note in the back end. Scarily easy to drink for 13.6% That's a big ABV brew, big and burly. I'm drinking this probably about like 58 degrees, 60, somewhere around there in that neck of the woods. This is the temperature down here in the dungeon, so I'm sure this is mirroring that. But man, the recipe change up has not done anything bad to it. Actually, if memory serves, I think this has a bit more body to it now, and maybe that roasted barley addition is probably what caused that, you know, bigger build of the body. But man, really super tasty. Not really hop presence. There's a little bit of earthiness in there. It's a single hop beer, but man, once you put in those bourbon barrels and you go after it like that, from what I know, they use a lot of Heaven Hill product, you know, for their barrels. So maybe that's where this was in. I know Rare goes in Heaven Hill barrels, but it might be someone else from the, you know, Heaven Hill stable. But man, super tasty, and I don't really see any holes in this beer. So let's grade this bad boy. Rate Beer gives this what? Boom, hashtag 100, A+. Don't stop and go. Don't collect $200. Boom, knocking it out the park. Beer Advocate gives it what? Hashtag Hundies too, A+. And Untapped is giving this 4.476 caps. 4.5 is really high grade up on those guys. It's definitely A+. I'm going hashtag hundreds. I don't have any holes in it. I was thinking when I went into this with that ABV and the fact that it's not in the third juice bourbon barrels this time, that I wouldn't dig it as much and I might think it's hot or boozy. Definitely could cellar and get more smooth and mellow. But right now, the aggressiveness of the bourbon flavor is definitely a parry for the sweetness that's in there. So I'm digging it. 100. I got you know, drop the bottle opener. Done. So have you had Goose Island Beer Company's, aka also known as AB InBev's, Bourbon County Brand Barleywine 2016 vintage or another vintage? If you have, let me know what you know, because I like the quid pro quo and the back and forth. I also really like it when you do me a big favor and think globally, drink locally, and support the craft beer movement. Witness behind me. I'm getting it done 24/7 around here. Are you doing your job? Also, if you could do me a big favor and rate, comment, subscribe, especially if this is your first time with us, and smash the like button, because that, along with only one bottle, that's all we're going to need tonight of Goose Island Beer Company's Bourbon County Brand Barleywine 2016 vintage. Whew, that's a mouthful to put my happy face on. So to the next DJ BrewTube, I got nothing but a big, huge ass bunch of beer drinking love for you. And you know what's coming now. That's right, a big ass